Relax. Breathe. Be still. You've all heard the stories of a time long ago when the silence broke. Now, you must see it with your own eyes.
How will we know when the silence breaks?
When will we know? What exactly are we looking for?
It will present itself to you.
War and hell will not stand still.
History really does shape our today.
Do you have evidence for it?
Where should we go first?
Where are we going to find the seeds of resistance?
Okay, so just stay on the path, people. The bane of our existence is weeding. So to have the right stuff in here, we've got to get the wrong stuff out of here. And so that's how it works. You know, you get the wrong stuff out, and then nature comes in and fills the spaces. You know, the saying, nature abhors a vacuum. We're talking about relationships that are beyond human understanding to a great extent. Don't step on the hugel bed.
People broke a lot of things during this time. And people learned how to grow new things and in new ways.
It is a lot of knowledge gained from observation, understanding the soil, the moisture, the light or the shade.
When I observe the wildlife out here, the birds, the rabbits, the squirrels, the deer, whatever, the plants, they're all making it. They have a way of making it based upon the natural things around them. So that kind of reflects on how far we as a human species have diverged from our connection to the native plant and animal communities.
Solutions to our problems are all around us. We just need to open our eyes and pay attention.
We all bring in our own experiences into these conversations, our own worldviews. And so what we're trying to do is, can we understand why someone else may have a different experience and perspective? So we try to put our own beliefs on hold for a little while. We just want to try to hear each other. So we're going to ask you to listen to someone to try to understand that.
They're really pushing themselves to listen to each other.
Nowadays, it just comes naturally.
I can't imagine being afraid to speak.
If we just continue to ignore these problems, they're going to build up and they're going to stay the same, and people are going to have worse lives, and we never want our country to be at a standstill.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Once it dries, the glitter shows up better. So. That's cool.
People won't notice until it becomes something big, and that's the problem. People want to see something huge, but they won't pay attention to anything that's very, on the basic level, that's very minimal. We will be the only people that will bring our own change.
We have a bunch of colors here. Each color represents a different identity. So different identities that people have can be layered on the spin art, and it's just a way to like start opening the dialogue about identities in a really safe way.
If we as individuals could sort of see community issues as community things and like work on behalf of people who we might not relate to as easily, like that's something which I would like our county to go in the direction we're in.
So this is what a beginning looks like. The evidence that each of us is essential to each other.
Family can be more than just blood.
My ideal community would be somewhere where we're all happy, we're all living, we're all working really hard in, and we're all being contributing members to our society. And I'm not even looking for a community where there aren't problems. I'm just looking for a community where there are problems or where people can come together and overcome those problems and overcome those differences for the greater good. I want like a diversity, and I want love, and I just want acceptance and an understanding that people come from different places, they have different views, they have different thoughts, but like as a community we can work to the greater good, and we can, regardless of how we feel about certain things, we're not focused on ourselves, but we're focused on everyone around us as well.
A lot of people may tell me, oh, you're too passionate, or everything is going to resolve itself on its own. No, it's not going to, because if someone doesn't say anything, then that will trigger everyone else to not say anything. It's like mob mentality. If I don't do something, if I don't give in my own share of work to something that I am passionate about, something that I know that we can change definitely, then I'll regret it for the rest of my life.
It seems like maybe they knew about us.
It seems like they loved us already.
Thank you for being brave.
Everybody brings up really great ideas, and it's really great conversation, but the one common thing I've seen that's just like, it never really gets done, or it never really gets done fully, in terms like people don't, we can talk about going to like execute this, but like we actually need to go execute. Maybe we should build a plan and then figure out who are going to be the people who like execute this.
Right? Don't they feel better?
People were afraid so much. History was so close. No one knew things would get better.
We have no choice but to honor ourselves and future generations. And there is no staying still. The world will change, and it's up to us on how it will change. Right now, there is a lot of chaos in our nation. It is part of the great duality baked into the DNA of America. America has always been the story of those fighting to advance the rights of others, and some clinging to a past to preserve the rights of a few. So this moment right now, this is America. America is the good and the bad. America is the hope and the despair. America is the tension between our future and our past. Because the history of America is long, and we are characters in America's story. We need to choose who we are going to be in America's story. That's what this moment is all about.
Allow yourself the opportunity to express yourself in this rectangular space. Find peace in this space. We are going to demand a space for ourselves to be free. Why? Because it feels good. That's why. Why? Is something wrong with that? I just want to encourage you to try to not think as much as possible. Give yourself your one chance in life to be completely free in this space. You know, like when you look at water hitting up against the shore, it's going in every which way direction, but yet the whole body of water has a purpose and an intent. So when we're doing this, we're one with our own nature. You can find a lot of creative possibilities just from within yourself, as y'all can see plainly. For a long time, I never considered myself an artist. You know, I used to do representational work, and I really worked on that. And you know, there was a time where I felt stifled and kind of bored of that. And I used to think, well, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? And it became more about, well, why can't I just love me? And just, why do I have to follow these rules? Why do I have to, not so much in defiance, but just, isn't there more? Isn't there more? I want you to feel okay with putting paint on paper as yourself, not as someone who has to feel like, you know, they have to be accepted, you know? This is about self-acceptance.
So when was the moment? Did we miss it?
When did the sounds break?
Who broke it?
Maybe they all did.
Together they shifted the paradigm.
They rewrote the meaning of life with their living. And this is how they did it. They let go, and then they got scared and held on, and then they let go again. They let go of their deeply held belief that their lives could be disconnected from anything. Thanks to them, we have the world we deserve, and we acknowledge every day that we make it what it is. Now life, though not exactly easier, is life all the time. It's not perfect, but it does feel possible. We feel possible all the time.
If you can hear us, we are the evidence of your truth. We are the evidence of your hope. We are the evidence of your faith.